This week on Bragg N Bout Business, we sit down with one of Bragg Creek's most prolific retailers, Harmke de Bruin, owner-operator of Hooked on Bragg. A hallmark in the shopping area here in Bragg Creek for nearly 4 years, Hooked on Bragg offers artisanal, handcrafted, Canadian-made fine arts and giftware. Harmke also is heavily involved in the arts community in the area. She has curated a beautiful shop, which is a real adventure to browse through. Enjoy! Welcome, Harmke.
Well, thank you.
Excellent. So how's business in Bragg Creek this year?
It's been pretty good. I cannot complain.
Excellent.
Lots of people coming through.
Is that right?
Yep.
You're telling me that you have, in high season, 4,000 or 5,000 people a month. That is incredible foot traffic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about the business, but we want to talk more about Harmke right now.
Okay. Sounds good.
So how did you end up in Bragg Creek?
In Bragg Creek. Well, there's a bit of a story to that, I suppose. So 4 years ago, we drove through. And we said we love it here. And one day when we can afford it, we'll move here. And so we did 12 years ago.
Wow.
So,
very good.
Yeah.
So did you come before the flood or just after?
Just after.
Just after.
Yeah, September.
Wow. And so you didn't have the business at that point in time yet?
No. My husband has a construction business.
Okay.
And so he builds homes. And so, yeah.
What's the name of his company?
Norwood Homes.
Norwood Homes.
Yeah.
I've seen the trucks.
Yeah.
You've been in a Bragg resident now for,
almost 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
And before that, you immigrated to Canada?
Yeah. So in 1995, we moved from the Netherlands to Canada. That'll be 30 years ago next week.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. And we lived in Barhead, which is northwest of Edmonton. And we've also lived in the Yukon for a few years.
No kidding.
We've been all over.
You've seen some country then.
Yep.
Yeah. And you came through Bragg Creek just on a whim?
I think we were just traveling.
Yeah.
So, and then we drove through and we just loved it. And 10 plus years later, we moved here. So
Fantastic. Bragg Creek is a great little town.
Oh, we love it.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely
You got
do.
everything you need here.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did Hooked on Bragg come about?
Well, so I love to crochet, knit, anything fiber related. So right after COVID, when the markets opened back up, I organized a Christmas market at the community center.
Oh, okay.
And then as I was doing that, I figured, I should maybe open up my store. And so we decided the end of October and we opened beginning of December.
So really, Hooked on Bragg is a kind of a collective. You represent a lot of different artists.
Yes. So my goal is Alberta and Canadian made. And so, we have a lot of product in here that...
You certainly do. It's a beautiful store. You got so much cool stuff in here.
Thank you. Yes.
Fantastic.
I like to think so. I love just the small little businesses that are people that are making things. They'll drop it off here and I sell it for them.
Very good. And you're part of another collective as well.
Yeah, I am president of the Bragg Creek Artisans. Since January, I've been doing that. I've been member for, I'm not sure, quite a few years, 6-7 years, something like that.
Yep.
We meet once a month. And we invite a maker and we make projects, all kinds of things. We do a Christmas market in November. So
we look forward to that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They've been doing that for a long time. So
that's great.
Yeah.
And how large is the collective?
I think at the moment we have about 60 members.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, something like that.
And are they all kind of from around the Bragg
area?
Yeah.
You have to be in the Bragg Creek, Pritis kind of sort of area. Millerville, I think, is included in that. But yeah.
You've got a little bit of everything in here.
I do. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Any particular products that are the most popular?
I sell a lot of stained glass, definitely.
That's cool. You don't see a lot of that anymore.
No. I sell lots of candles too, surprisingly.
People love candles.
They do. Yeah. They really do. Yeah. There's just a bit of everything in here.
So you opened just after?
At the tail end of COVID.
Brave.
Yes.
Very brave.
I'm the kind of person that you go big or go home. So we just jumped in. I gave the idea to my husband. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever you want to do. And so, I'm the crazy one for sure. So at first I started off on the other side. That was the only spot available. And so I was there for a year and then a space opened up next to the post office here. And I just wanted to be on this side because of the foot traffic.
Of course.
And so I ended up in this space. We moved around a little bit, which my family wasn't too happy with.
Well, you have a lot of stuff to move.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And was this the biggest space of all three?
No, actually, on the other side was bigger.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's about the foot traffic. So
That's right. Exactly.
yeah,
Location.
Yeah, definitely. And my husband and our son, they're timber framers, so they built all the furniture
Oh,
that you
cool.
see in here, all the
Fantastic.
countertops.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Big wood.
Yeah. So so they did a lot for me, but
Good.
yeah.
And so they should.
Right? Thank you.
Right on. So you've been in this location now.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
This has been a really good spot.
Yeah.
I like it.
Best of all 3 locations.
I think so. Yeah. And but this gave me a little more space that I could dive more into my yarns and crochet kits and do-it-yourself kits and stuff like that.
And so that is a big part of the business is the needlework.
Yeah. People love coming in to grab some yarn or...
Yeah, well, it's nice to have that local supply.
Yeah.
Now, as far as starting the business in Bragg, how did that go, the whole process? I'm sure there was permitting and all that kind of stuff. Were there any challenges that were a little bit sticky to overcome?
You're dealing with Rocky View. I hate to say that,
Rocky View.
But you gotta love them,
right? Yeah, we hear that a lot.
We got our place, we signed our lease, and then I just needed a change of use because that spot had a childcare facility in it, and so I had to change that, and so that just took a little bit of time. And
time seems to be the biggest thing,
and money.
In the county. Well, yeah, that goes without saying. Yeah.
We just gotta love Rocky View.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. No, that's a common thread talking with business owners.
Yeah.
The challenges dealing with the county.
Oh, absolutely.
So did the county no real challenges?
No, not really. We just dove in and just did it.
No regrets?
No, absolutely. This is all for me to stay out of trouble and off the streets. Honestly.
Stay off the pole. Yeah, I get it.
It's just keeping me busy. I'm a hairdresser by trade and did that for years. Had my own home studio here in West Bragg for a while when we lived in West Bragg. I was just kind of done with that and some back problems and whatever that comes with that territory. And then so I just got into this, and it doesn't feel like work. It's just a whole lot of fun.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Passion.
Yeah.
You find your passion.
You gotta love what you do.
You turn it into a business and it works.
Yeah, and it worked. Yeah. So, hey, it's all good.
Exactly. Well, I was talking with Jeff Woodbridge from Alberta 66 Mountain Biking. He was mentioning the same thing. Like, he loved mountain biking. And sometimes when you turn a passion into a business, sometimes it kills the passion.
Yeah.
But he says it's not true.
Oh,
he loves it.
Yeah. I, make things almost every day and,
Yeah. So you've been an artistic person.
Oh, yeah. My whole life. Yeah.
Any particular form?
No, it's been always more the fibers that I was always really interested in. I think I learned to knit when I was about 8 or something like that. And then I started sewing at about 14 and crocheting at some point. And I started weaving a couple of years ago. Okay. So, that's a lot of fun. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I've got a floor loom at home and,
cool.
Making blankets and tea towels and stuff like that.
No way. If there's one thing that you'd like your customers to know about your business, what would it be?
I think it's important that people know, and it's very obvious, just it's family business, right? Small business, you're supporting local, which is very important.
It is.
Because they come and shop here, I can hire a couple of teenagers and they can make some money over the summer and
that's right.
They'll be able to spend it. They'll be, it just goes from there, right? It just trickles on and I think that's the main thing is just to support local, I suppose.
Local, yeah. That's how the heartbeat of the community continues.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because, I spent some money at the grocery store or Rockies or the hardware store. And,
exactly.
It just goes on like that.
And you served some time on the Bragg Creek Chamber of Commerce as well.
I did. Yeah. They just wanted to hear my opinion. I'm like, all right, I can do that. I'm going to blame Taylor.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, good. Well, when I came in, I just came to a meeting in October.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I just wandered in at the tail end of the executive meeting, and I was just coming to meet everybody, get a network a bit, and
that's it.
I sit down.
They reeled you in.
And Sunil says, "Hey, Greg, there's an open seat here. Do you want to join?" I'm like, "I don't know any of you people.
This sounds familiar.
Nor have I ever been on a chamber board before, but okay."
That's funny.
Now I'm doing a podcast on it. So,
yeah.
Slippery slope.
It is. It definitely is. Yeah, for sure.
But being on the chamber, you kind of gotten to know a lot of the entrepreneurs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. definitely. Yeah.
No, it is a nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty supportive, I think, too.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Everybody wants the other businesses to succeed.
Oh, absolutely. You know, if people come in here and they look for something that I don't have, I tell them like, oh, I think maybe one of kind to paint a moose or whomever, right? I just sent people to other businesses all the time. Yeah.
Well,
Well, and that's what attracts people too, right? Because there are so many businesses now and all the spaces are nicely filled up. That's what brings people out.
Yeah. They don't want to see empty storefronts.
Oh, no.
No.
You know, if there's one gift store, people are not going to come out for that, right?
That's right.
You need a number of gift stores or whatever other stores for people to come out and enjoy it. And, you know, and they'll come wander in the store and they may not buy something, and that's okay as long as they, you know, spend some money in the community. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If it's lunch or a coffee or, you know, any of the other stores or
that's right.
some secondhand books or, you know.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
Definitely.
good.
Yeah.
No, that is good. Anything keeping you up at night right now?
No, my husband does that. I'm a solid sleeper.
What lessons have you learned
What lessons have I
in
learned?
starting a business in Bragg?
You just got to do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't think. But I'm very much a person. I get an idea in my head and I go and do it. I don't think about it. You just jump in. If it works, it works. If not, you learn something.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
There's no such thing as a failure.
If you don't try.
If you don't try, you don't know. Right? I always find you close one door, another one always opens up.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah, and it just always like falls in place. If for me it does anyways. Even when we moved here, so we had our construction business in Barhead. We had built a hybrid timber frame home. We sold it. We only lived in it for a year and a half. They thought we were crazy, which, you know, we are. I'm not going to deny it. It's all good. And we moved here. So we sold our house in August, and then we came here with our holiday trailer and 4 kids. They were between 10 and 15. And we went around with our realtor, and we bought a house within 3 days, and then we moved within another month because we wanted our kids to start school beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
And we had no work when we sold our house, nothing.
That's a leap of faith.
Oh, absolutely. But there was a listing at the time, and I had a really strong feeling, okay, we need to look at that listing, even though it was well out of our budget. We actually went and looked 3 times, if I'm not wrong. And so by then, the owners at the time, they're like, okay, what is with these people? And so the realtor started talking about us to them, and they hired us. So we actually, after we bought our house, we were camping down Highway 66 where there's no cell signal.
Right.
And so after the day we bought our house, we're back at the campground. We're getting dinner ready with the kids, and my husband's cell phone rings. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. There's no cell reception here.
Right.
And so he answers. I'm like, don't move, because then you lose.
You're going to lose
it.
You're going to lose it.
And it was the owner of the house offered him a job in construction.
No way.
Yeah, to build homes. So.
Meant to be.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, you took the leap of faith and got rewarded.
Yeah. Usually works out. But.
Yeah. And I've noticed that, just in speaking with some of the business owners in Bragg Creek, because there's a lot of immigrant entrepreneurs that have, whether they're British, or they're Croatian, or they're Dutch folks. They seem to be a little less risk adverse.
Yeah, like even when
native Canadians.
Yeah, even when we moved here, so my parents and 3 of my siblings moved to Canada. I'm one of 5. We had never flown, but when we landed as immigrants here in Calgary, this was the first time flying. We had never been to Canada, and we're like, yeah, heck, why not? I was 20.
Exciting. Yeah.
So, and within a month or 2, we figured, we're never going back. So, I mean, we love back home, but we love living here. So,
and what a place to land.
Yeah.
Right. Did you get to pick where you were going to come to in Canada?
No, my parents bought a house northwest of Edmonton there in that area. And then, so I don't know why we flew to Calgary. I can't remember.
Probably a direct flight or something.
Yeah, something like it. Yeah. Better deal, because you got to watch your dollar.
That's for sure.
We're Dutch, so we're frugal.
That's right. Well, that's good though. No, good.
Yeah, no regrets whatsoever.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you have for somebody that wanted to start a business in Bragg?
Just do it. I don't know.
All right. Where can listeners find you online?
Don't have a website. I'm very non-techie. at all.
Makes two of us.
Right? Very non-techie.
Right? Yeah. I think it must be our age group or something.
Oh, I'm surprised this is all working because usually things slow down. Technology.
Well, let's hope it's working.
Let's
It
hope
looks
it's
like it's
working.
Yeah.
Honestly, you ask people that know me, they're like, "Oh, I'm surprised it's working." It's true. It's true. I slowed computers down. I make printers work out of nothing. Just I don't know why, but it's weird. Social media, Instagram, Facebook.
So you have a
Yeah,
Facebook page,
just under Hooked on
Instagram.
Bragg. I fake it till I make it.
Yeah,
not very.
I'm obviously working.
Yeah,
it's been 4
not
years.
very good at it. So,
right.
I had one customer. This was in the first half a year or so. People from Calgary had come in and they spent a little bit of money, and he's telling me, "Oh, you need to sell online." I'm like, "No, absolutely not. That's a full-time job."
Managing it?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I do not want to get into it. And I'm like, no, I like people coming in. I like to talk to people.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
well, you can tell the story of the artist behind the work.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's hard. And then I have to keep track of inventory and shipping. And no, thank you.
That's a full-time job for.
And then he told me also, well, your social media is not very good. I'm like, oh, well. Yeah, I said
this guy was just a ray of sunshine.
Right? I'm like, you're here, aren't you? He's like, yeah, I guess so. I'm like, and you just spent money, which I really appreciate. So thanks for coming in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? Like, don't tell me my social media is no good. I know it's no good. So,
well, and there's a lot of social media accounts that are out there that aren't real, and they have thousands and thousands of followers.
Yeah, I just love for people to walk in. I post things on my stories when I got my fresh flowers in and stuff like that, right? And then, people pick up on that and they'll come and grab a bouquet or whatever. But it's not my main thing.
And you need a little bit of a presence like you do.
Yeah, and
right?
it's
people to find you.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather make something.
Yeah, right, exactly. So of all the artists that you have in the store, which one of their stories really speaks to you? You've got some incredible work,
yeah,
this artwork.
I got our Dave Zimmerman's on the wall here. He's our local pastor. He's very talented. Good friends of ours too.
The artists that you display, do they come to you?
A lot of them will come to me because they'll see it. I'll get messages or an email or
They want to put some stuff on consignment or
I usually the artwork is all the fine art is all consignment for sure.
But even I'm looking at some of the prices on them and they're not ridiculous.
No,
reasonable.
No, not at all. I have approached people myself as well, and people will approach me, and it depends, right?
You can probably get a feel for what would sell and what wouldn't.
Yeah, for sure.
And the quality of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
You do have a wide array from hats to maple syrup.
Yeah,
fresh cut flowers to artwork. Yarn and
and I've done over the years, especially since I'm here in this space, I've done some crochet workshops and stuff like that too.
Okay, right here in the store.
Yeah, right here in the store.
Very cool.
Yeah. So last winter I had a group of kids between 10 and 12 or so come for a couple of weeks, and so it was kind of fun.
Nice.
Taught them how to crochet. Yeah. So, and that trickled into Fine Arts Day in the school.
I was just going to ask you about that.
Yep. Yeah. Mr. Ellard invited me to come and teach. I think there was about 65 kids that came through. There's a bunch of other volunteers as well, but it was kind of fun.
That would be neat.
Yeah. So I had hooks for everybody and some yarn for everybody, and there's just days after he's sending me pictures.
Is that right?
Saying, they're still crocheting. And it's lots of boys too, which was amazing.
I would find it common.
Love it.
Yeah,
yes.
Very common.
It was a lot of fun.
There is a lot of people that do quilting and those kinds of things here too.
Yeah, and so there is a guild in Millerville. I'm part of that too. They do the weaving and the felting and all of that.
It's a whole subculture.
Oh, absolutely.
It is. Yeah, it is.
No, it really is.
That and the scrapbookers.
Yeah. But that's a whole different thing.
Do they get along, those two groups? Or?
I think so.
You think so?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Got some personal questions for you now.
All right.
Okay. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
Okay. That was a quick one.
Yeah.
There's no.
No. I'm pretty dry and down to earth.
So. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
No.
Everybody wants to know who they're listening to, so that makes sense.
They could pick sides now.
Yeah, right.
This is where they turn it off.
I don't believe it. It's just a fun question to ask. So far, I haven't found anybody that does.
No.
But what's your favorite business in Bragg Creek?
My favorite.
Aside from Hooked on Bragg.
Of course, Hooked on Bragg is the best,
Yes, of
but
course.
you know, we like going to either pub for a burger sometimes. Love the hardware store because
It's a cool place.
right, they have everything.
Yeah.
We buy our chicken food there, so
Oh, well, there you go.
right.
So you farm too, then?
Well, we have a bunch of chickens. Yeah, that's it.
Do the chickens have names, or are they serving a purpose?
No, they don't have
Okay,
names.
all right, all right.
They're just there to lay the eggs.
So you grew up to be an artist, owning an artist store.
It runs a bit in the family too. My dad is a fine artist.
Oh, okay.
My mom always used to sew and crochet, but if you look at either side of the family, there's a lot of makers, like the knitting, the sewing.
Dutch people are kind of known for that. Craftsmen.
Yeah, craftsmen, right? Yeah. My dad is a builder too. I guess he's retired.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Still tinkers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
So when you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up?
As a teenager, I wanted to do the hairdressing for sure. Yeah.
Which you
But I didn't in Holland. So I was 20 when we moved here. And then I actually went back to school after my youngest was born. So I went to Barhead High School as an adult 3 days a week to take my cosmetology.
Oh, okay. That's cool that they offered it there.
Yeah. At the time, that was the only school in Alberta that did.
Oh.
So that worked out perfect because I had 4 little kids. I couldn't drive to Edmonton or whatever, right? That was like an hour and a half or something.
Yep.
And so I did that. Owned my own salon in Barhead too for about 4 or 5 years, something like it.
You did hairdressing in Bragg Creek.
In Bragg Creek as well, yeah. I just worked for my own home, had a little home studio, and then at some point I also worked at Tommy Gunn's in Cochrane for a while.
Okay.
So
you're a little bit of a serial entrepreneur.
Well, kind of, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just like being my own boss.
Well, who doesn't, right?
Yeah. I don't like to be bossed around, I suppose.
I believe that. I get that. Yeah. What did your parents want you to be when you grew up?
I don't think there was no expectations. No. Born in the 70s.
Right.
Did it matter?
They just wanted you to get out.
Yes.
That's what they wanted, right?
Exactly. I mean, we're the last feral generation.
We are.
We really are. Like, they had no idea where we were at any given time. No. So
yeah, just come home before dark. That was the only rule.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your first job?
My first job. I think at 15, I used to work in the gladiolan fields.
Really? That is iconic.
Right?
Netherlands talk there.
Yeah, right?
Oh, my goodness.
And so we did my now husband, that's when we started dating, I guess.
Frolicking in the flower fields.
Yes, totally. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Very romantic.
Yeah, we did all the weeding. The rows were like 500 meters long. And
it's gorgeous pictures.
It just row after row. Just weed.
All done by hand.
All done by hand.
Still to this day?
I'm not sure.
No, okay.
I don't know.
Right. You don't stay in touch with those people anymore?
No.
That's cool. That's a cool first job.
Yeah, I kind of was.
Yeah.
I think it even was a paid cash job. So, hey.
Better.
Absolutely.
Cash money? Can't beat that.
No.
What was your favorite job?
My favorite job? Well, this has been a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. The hairdressing was okay too. It's just physically very hard on the body.
Very social job. Too.
Yeah, I really like that aspect of it. Well, you can be creative too, obviously. But
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very hard on the body, especially being tall.
Yep. Crouched over, arms up all the time.
Yeah. It's hard on the shoulders, the back. So I think I did that for about 15 years.
That's a good time to do that.
Yeah.
What was your worst job?
My worst job. I also worked at a campground in the Netherlands, cleaning bathrooms.
That would be.
Yeah, the team we worked with was kind of fun. You're always outside, but yeah, the cleaning toilets itself, it's not very glamorous.
Yeah, it's not very glamorous. No, I get that. What was your favorite subject in school?
Anything art related. Yeah.
You're very on brand. Just art. Yeah.
Anything to make with your hands.
Exactly.
For sure.
Have you ever been fired?
No.
No?
No.
I can't imagine who would fire you.
No, I don't think they'd dare.
No.
If anything, I'd quit. I'm done.
Right?
See, I'd be the person to walk out. Okay, bye.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't think I've ever done that, though, but I would.
Thanks very much, Harmke.
Yeah,
for coming on Bragg N Bout Business.
Thank you.
I wish you a very busy season.
Yeah,
summer season.
Hopefully.
Coming up is Bragg Creek Days, which I'm sure will bring a lot of folks in.
Yeah, usually it's pretty busy.
Good luck. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Harmke, and all the best this summer season to Hooked on Bragg. Next week, we have a very special episode. Lori Peterson, founder of Changel, a business with the noble purpose of bringing awareness to mental health and frontline workers. Please tune in for that good cause. We are a little over a week away from Bragg Creek Days, July 19th and 20th. Saturday morning kicks off with the 56th annual parade, followed by live music, the farmers market, beer gardens, and much, much more. So come on down. Have a good week.